that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in certain situations, you could talk to a person, you express how you feel, they express how they feel, yeah, come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree or, you might start seeing it from another person's point of view.
Figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He didn't came out and said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So
Ma is enraged. And to be honest, it's beginning to look dangerous. Rumor has it that Claressa Shields attempted to send some batters to remove Remy. For a minute now, these two have been squabbling and posting subs on the internet that are all related to Babu, despite the fact that Remy once contested thing is obvious that Claressa did not resolve things in a ring. Instead, Claressa apparently raised the stakes and dispatched some individuals to deal with Remy, but they failed to do so. Additionally, rumors are circulating that Remy Ma ended up in a hospital bed later. This is crazy, everyone. It may sound like something out of a Let's Break This Down completely and discuss what actually caused this explosive moment. Because the tension in the film has been building for a while. Let's go back a little. Remy Ma was last seen standing tall on stage alongside Trey Songz and Connie Diamond at a gathering in her hometown. She played their remix for Oshet and The Ghetto, It Seems Normal, but she modified a line in her verse. That sent everyone into a tailspin. Remy changed it live on stage too, If I Wanted Your Ninja. I'll take him after the original bar had a difficulty saying some F want your ninja. I take him. And you all saw how she delivered that phrase directly. Venom. The energy in the face as soon as she mentioned Claressa, fans clapped. Let's not forget that Claressa has been acting quite sexy lately, and Remy is aware of this. It was a straight hit, not just a bar. She seemed to be saying I could take him because I had him first. Back if I so desired. Additionally, the degree of assurance or perhaps resentment had others wondering whether Remy was still upset about her breakup with PV. But for Claressa, that line might have been the final straw, as Perella hesitated for a millisecond. Shortly after Rhee's onstage altercation, Claressa appeared with a freestyle of her own, and you can be sure she didn't hold back. In a video that is currently circulating, Claressa is in front of an opulent whip that looks as though it is prepared for battle. Shades, chains, trucker hats, and bomber jackets all nine. After the beat stops, she begins to call Dot herself as a sprite. She boasts about being in a completely other tax bracket and exudes an aura that suggests she's not the person to fool with. If it isn't directed at Remy, then who else would it be? The twist is here. The internet wasn't impressed, given I Want to Be Remy badly, and similar teasing remarks began to fill the comments section. A cringy. What irony. We recently witnessed Remy playing at Madison Square Garden with Mayo in the studio. Claressa now appears rapping while wearing Remy's outfit. The girl should stick to boxing because this is garbage. And rapping, isn't it? In fact, Remy got the final laugh. Pay attention, everyone. Claressa's face later in the Instagram stories must have said it all, so that last comment must have hurt. The streets didn't feel what she was doing, even though she thought they did. The goal of that freestyle was to silence Remy, but instead Claressa appeared stressed, and the analogies were only strengthened, and things began to escalate from there. But this is when things really get nasty and, to be honest, a little frightening. As a result of Claressa's freestyle failing and social media pushing her forward, rumors began to circulate that Remy had been engaged in an incident. She had reportedly been absent from public life for days. No live videos, posts, or appearances. In addition, there are allegations that Claressa, who is known to have some connections to the criminal underworld in Michigan, sent some hitters to confront Remy, and rumors are circulating that Remy ended up in the hospital as a result. Whether this is true or not is yet unknown, but anything is possible when you combine public humiliation, broken hearts, and street loyalty. However, it is true that Claressa is more than just a boxer. She has people and pools, and if anyone could accomplish something without getting their hands dirty, it might be her. All of this drama is going on, but guess who's out there having a good time as if nothing were going on? He has been seen on vacation with Claressa, grinning, having a great time, and not seeming to mind the drama. Papoose, you guys. This is what has fans even more convinced because, although Claressa may have lost that rap fight, it appears that with the man she has, she may be winning the war. Ray has gone radio silent since she retaliated with her own bars. There have been no social media posts, events, clapbacks, or anything else. It seems as though Remy may have vanished for a while, and people are murmuring on the streets. However, if there's one thing we know about Remy Ma, it's that she rarely keeps silent. Something is wrong, then for her to go missing so quickly. Some speculate that she is hiding because of the claimed hit attempt, while others believe she is preparing a comeback and is simply waiting for the ideal opportunity to strike. But let's face it, people. Even though she may have delivered the initial blow, Claressa should be terrified because Remy is more than just risky. She is worse than she's not the kind of woman that bluffs. She means what she says. Now that it appears to be a ticking time bomb, this is more than simply a rap feud. Ray has already served time in prison, and judging by the way she presents herself, it appears that she has no fear of returning. She is 10 times more dangerous because of this Thanoni Instagram post or diss song. She understands the danger, but if you push her too much, she could end up losing everything.
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you visit every day, except for it alters on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year, he came every day. It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up here.
Yeah, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that was alright, and I was like, he was like, alright, cool. And then he'll come, like, a little bit less. He'll come, like, 3 times a week. Or...
Let's not overlook the obvious in this case. Papoose is adored by Remy. Evidently, that man was her life or death. In the event that Claressa tries to interfere, Remy might be prepared to engage in intense, lethal attraction, particularly now that she and Pap have a child together. But that's not simply a partnership, that's family. It is also conceivable that she might do whatever it takes to safeguard it if she believes Claressa is threatening, even if it means putting Claressa to death. Yes, I mentioned it. Remy may be thinking, I already have the baby. All I need now is the peace and the spouse. Furthermore, nothing is in my way. Not even a boxing champion. And for those who believe that Ray is just barking at everyone, let's take a little trip down memory lane. Memory lane because of her unflattering record. Remy Ma was a genuine knife criminal in the past, and it goes beyond a simple slap on the wrist or fight language in hip-hop. Remy was convicted of shooting someone in 2007. The shooting occurred just outside the Manette nightclub. She shot Nikita Barnes, a female Remy believed had stolen money, according to Joseph Dott, from her, and Remy pulled the trigger without first discussing it. She claimed it was a mistake. But the court rejected that and charged her with possessing a weapon and even attempting coercion. Guess what, everyone? She was sentenced to 8 years in prison. An entire 8 years. For being released, she served 6 years. Since then, she has been making an effort to live her best life. But Big Remy is still there somewhere, and it doesn't end there. Moving forward to 2019, Remy was arrested once more. This moment for allegedly striking Brittany Taylor, her Love and Hip Hop New York co-star. Yes, one backstage slap gave Remy the entire case. It is evident that Remy acts out without hesitation if she feels disrespected, because the court had to issue a restraining order against her. A realist that I am capable of told you, quit engaging in these social media games. People are harmed by playing on social media all day long. Hey Brittany, you're 410. Does that imply that you're a person? That is what that implies. Being with them is rather impossible when you're 410. Be aware, though, because Remy isn't the only one on demon time. Her son was also involved in a murder case in 2021 after being detained for allegedly participating in a gunshot incident that claimed the life of another person. The case caused a stir online, and people began to wonder what was actually happening in Rhee's home, because it was generating a lot of energy for Bonnie, Clyde, and their child.
Remy Ma, her son is charged with first-degree murder.
Hypothetically.
There's not a
Well,
hypothetical.
hypothetically, but how you say he's not?
He's charged. He hasn't been convicted of it,
Right.
but he's charged with it. Which makes it very sad, because remember, she went to prison for shooting a girl over a money dispute.
Right.
Even 50 Cent attempted to caution her. When 50 Cent of all people tells you to stop, you may have gone too far, and that's what happened. It also seems that Claressa is in high spirits, as if she were coming up to a boxing fight rather than a street. She has been searching for Remy and pushing for the spot because she wants all the smoke. Circumstance. Everyone, she started talking recklessly, so 50 had to intervene. According to blogs, 50 people told Claressa outright that she would get the blip. That's not just a threat. It's a warning from someone who has been there before and knows. What happens when you cross the line with someone who has nothing to lose? Yes, the blip, if she followed through. Currently, Claressa Shields, who is accustomed to battling in the ring, believes she could take a little drama from a rapper. But what did she enter that wasn't simply a rapper? With a criminal history, a rap record, and nothing to lose, that is a real one. Some of those same individuals are still active outside, according to those close to her, because she has a crew that is still faithful from the days of the Terror Squad. Although Claressa's Remy may be playing chess instead of checkers, while the rapper boxer is dressed up and playing out here. There are rumors, although they are still rumors, that Remy has been keeping quiet because she is waiting for her opportunity to react not only verbally, but also physically. She may already be monitoring Claressa's movements, timing her patterns, seeing who is nearby, and getting ready to strike where the pain is greatest. However, others are claiming behind the scenes that Ray has been acting really cleverly, as in surreptitiously retrieving phone logs, viewing previous interviews, monitoring direct messages, and determining the extent of the treachery. There is also a report that Remy has a close friend who remained impartial throughout the entire Pap and Claressa scandal. But now Remy claims that pal flipped and handed him all of the screenshots, chats, and GPS drops. As Claressa is out here recording podcasts and working out, Remy may be creating her own Tubby documentary. And as you are well aware, Remy is not the kind to reveal dirty laundry for the sake of gaining influence. In the event that she spills, it will be devastation. This is where it becomes dark now. It's really dark, you guys. Fans are speculating about a potential plot involving Pap and Claressa to remove Remy from the picture entirely. Give it some thought. The relationship between Pap and Remy has been rather strained for some time. But then Claressa appears out of nowhere and starts hanging around with Pap. Changing from a little sister to main girl in 5 seconds, the optics were clearly off from the start. Fast forward to Remy being publicly humiliated and fan-shamed. And lo and behold, someone apparently tries to kill her. And if she leaves, guess who gains? Let's deal with the obvious. If Remy was indeed warned off by someone close to her, or even if this is an actual hit attempt, around 1, don't be shocked if there are authorities engaged. The FBI may already be watching, but keep in mind that Ray has been down before and is familiar with the system. She is not stupid enough to call the feds herself. Remy Qualley is considering hiring a private investigator. The names of those involved in the suspected hit have already been revealed. Claressa's been rearranging events, altering her security detail, and apparently receiving legal counsel behind the scenes. Therefore, authorities could knock on Claressa's door. If Remy Ma or anybody else comes out with concrete proof that she planned or even urged some sort of physical damage. Furthermore, Claressa could be subject to legal action if there is evidence that she is involved in the planning or financing of a crime. That is a full-fledged felony charge. Threatening. Violence via text or direct message can be used against you in court as obstruction or tampering with a witness. If Claressa and her team attempt to intimidate Remy or anyone else who is associated with her, that's another grave accusation. Any violence-related controversy might result in her being banned from sponsorships, suspended, or blacklisted in the media, especially if people start to think she was involved in harming another woman, especially one who had a child. That reputation has been completely destroyed. But I heard from you, is Ray simply keeping quiet, or is he loading up? Claressa is really brave to approach someone like Remy Ma. Do you think Pap is merely a helpless bystander? Or is he the mastermind behind this whole chaotic love triangle? Please share your opinions and theories in the comments section below, along with any dubious receipts you may have. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and enable the notifications so you don't miss the next installment of this crazy journey.